think they know you when you stay quiet. They fill the silence with their own stories, their own fears, and then they swear that version is you. And for a long time, I let them believe it, because correcting them felt heavier than carrying the lie. Believe me, it's strange how fast a mask can become a habit, how you stop asking whether it fits and just learn how to breathe under it. I used to think being misunderstood was a weakness, that if people saw me wrong, it meant I failed to explain myself, failed to be human in the right way. So I tried once, just once, to show the truth without armor, without the calm voice, without the distance. And I watched how quickly comfort turned into discomfort, how understanding turned into caution, like honesty was a threat they didn't ask for. That was the moment I learned something no one teaches you, that not everyone wants the truth. Some people just want a version of you that makes them.
All right, here we go. 2 sets until failure. We're gonna do them unilateral because I'm trying to make sure I fully engage my lat with the non-muscle connection.
Feel safe. And when you break that image, they don't lean closer, they step back. So yeah, I chose silence again. But this time, it wasn't fear. It was control. Because silence gives you time, and time lets you see patterns. Who listens only when you agree, who stays only when you're useful, who disappears the moment you stop performing. I've learned that distance isn't always coldness. Sometimes it's the only way to stay honest without explaining yourself to people who already decided who you are. Still, even knowing that, there are nights when the quiet gets loud, when you replay moments you could have spoken, could have softened your tone, could have let someone in just a little more. And you wonder if you protected yourself or just pushed away something real. The truth is, carrying restraint looks strong from the outside, but inside it feels like standing still while life keeps moving, watching connections pass by because you don't have the energy to translate yourself anymore. I'm not proud of that, and I'm not ashamed either. It's just where I am, shaped by choices that made sense at the time, choices that kept me standing when
you do these, you want to make sure you actually engage your lat before you even start to exercise. So what I like to do, it's like I'm fixing my posture, right? Up, down, back, and really squeeze. Like you should feel it in the mid to lower lat. Really squeeze down. Hold. Let it get that stretch.
Everything down. People call it being cold, distant, heartless even. But they don't see the discipline it takes not to speak, when words could cut deeper than any blade. They don't see how much care goes into deciding what not to say.
When I'm doing these exercises, right for back, once I hit failure really, I don't try to crank out partials because at that point, the bicep just start to take over and you don't even feel it in your back anymore.
Someone who understands that calm can hold a storm without needing to prove it. Until then, I walk with this quiet, not as a wall, but as a boundary, reminding myself that being human doesn't mean being fully open to everyone. It means choosing with care. I'm still learning that balance, still figuring out how to stay real without bleeding in places that never heal.
Okay, so after we do 2 sets of those unilateral, what I like to do, I grab this, whatever you call it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I grab this and then I go 1 set till failure. All right. And when I do it, I'm not trying to pull towards the middle or like straight to my chest, right? Since I'm low-key trying to target my Christmas tree, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull towards my belly button, all right? And really squeeze at the back, like you're trying to make your shoulder blades touch. And you wanna hold at least 2 to 3 sets. The goal isn't to go heavy on ego lift, but to really make sure you engage in that middle back. Keep your lats engaged at all times. Okay. Another unilateral movement. Single arm lat pull downs. Trying to really emphasize making sure I feel it in my lats. You know? I mean, my lats not bad, but they could be better. So, and you don't want to be diagonal with it, right? You want to make you right lined up with the cable, so like be square with it. That's good. I gotta get a better grip.
So if you see me and think I don't feel much, know that you're wrong. I feel deeply. I just learned to feel without spilling, to carry weight without showing strain. And maybe that's not the end goal. Maybe it's just a phase. But for now, it's enough. I'm not above anyone. I'm not ahead of anyone. I'm just here.
It's on a mental journey that very few people have ever been on. Because what people don't understand you, or they misunderstand you, or they purposely misinterpret the way you're living your life. You're trying to understand your mind in a way that very few human beings ever get to understand their mind. Because you're taking your mind into these terrible, dark places all the time, and you're trying to pull things out of there. You're trying to learn things about yourself and about your potential from that.
That's exactly it.
That's what people don't understand.
I studied the darkness. You find no fucking answers in the light. None. It's too happy. It's too nice. We don't need to be taught.
All right, y'all. So what I'm gonna do, right? I got my Echo. I got my TNF straps, y'all. Shout out to TNF. Since my hands are actually like beat up like crazy from all my recent back days. So smart, bro. Why not think of this? So we're gonna just use, instead of using grip strength, we're gonna just put it on our wrists and use it, the ring. Only downside is once you get it on there, it's really hard to get off by yourself, but it's possible.
How to live in happiness. That just comes naturally to us.
Fuck your motivation. Fuck your motivation. You need discipline.
Am I happy? I don't know. Never really thought about it. Don't really care about it. Because all I really cared about was when I looked in that fucking mirror, I saw a piece of shit. Happiness wasn't on the mirror at 16. When I was 300 pounds, it wasn't like, oh, I'm looking for happiness. No, I'm looking myself in the mirror and say, all right, motherfucker, you did it again today.
Don't take today off. Not today. Wait until tomorrow. Don't give in to the immediate gratification that is whispering in your ear. Shut that down. Do not listen to that little voice. Instead, go through the motions. Lift the weights, sprint the hill, work on the project, get out of bed.
If you have to ask how to get motivated to go to the gym, you don't need to be going to the gym. You don't want it enough. When you're sick and tired of looking and feeling like shit, you'll show up, motherfucker. I'll see you there. Because you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, fuck that.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
Now, with these, I'm not going to failure because these do kind of irritate my tendons. So I want to do them, but I don't want to overdo it to the point where the pain is unbearable in my arm. So yeah, one more back exercise, then we're moving on to biceps. Last back exercise.
Nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
You know exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. Because even me, in my state of, I can't read and write, I knew exactly what to do. It just sucks doing it. It sucks to do it. It sucks to wake up every morning of your life and say, God, man, I'm not smart. So guess what I gotta do? I gotta study the same shit that I got one of the highest scores in the nation on, and do it again, do it again, do it again. It's not just there. It's not just there permanently for me. Now that you know about this, I didn't know about this, but think about how much I've built. Everything I've ever done in my life, I didn't want to do. Everything, every day. I'm a lazy piece of shit. And I'm one of the hardest working people that ever stepped foot on this planet Earth. And I'm saying that very proudly because I know what I do. It's not cocky. I'll tell you I'm stupid. And I'll also tell you the exact opposite of what I've done. It's the truth. It is the truth. So imagine how much I've developed in that time frame. But this is the scary thing. Why most people don't want to do that, build that willpower, is because it is scary.
I'm not talented. It was life and death. Either you live or you die. Which one do you want, Tom? That was the decision. In the corporate life and in the gym. But if you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something. I'll repeat that. If you want something bad enough, you can't let anybody tell you you can't do something, not even yourself. A lot of days I'm like, oh, you can't do this, Tom. You can't be as quick as a 30-year-old on the computer. Bullshit! Let me show you, Leon. I would have arguments with myself. I could do it. People doubted me. I doubted myself sometimes, too.
There's so much in you that you have not unlocked, that you walk around with this gorgeous wife or great husband and all this money. You're like, God, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, because it's about 75% of you is still fucking in there. Still chained up because you just didn't want to find your willpower. Didn't want to find your soul, your will, your heart, your determination, your guts, your courage. And what that looks like, it looks scary. Like your little scary lab I went in. Scary. To wake up every day and say, I'm stupid, but I want to figure out a way to be smarter. Versus saying, man, I just can't do that. So you limit this box. So your box becomes so small of things you can do. My box wasn't even a box. It was a fucking little pinhole. And then, through examining myself, getting some willpower, some courage, it became bigger than this table. But that's what we all do. That's why I wanted to come here today and talk to you about real shit. Not no fucking like hacks. There's no hacks, bro. It's you against you. You against you.
He's on a mental journey that very few people have ever been on. Because what people don't understand you, or they misunderstand you, or they purposely misinterpret the way you're living your life. You're trying to understand your mind in a way that very few human beings ever get to understand their mind. Because you're taking your mind into these terrible, dark places all the time.
All right, you guys. W freaking workout. Back and bicep, did a little bit of abs. This back workout today was really lat focused. Okay, so y'all seen we was at the we did a lot of different variations of lat pull downs. So yeah, I feel the pump crazy in my lats. Now we finna actually see it. Wait, let me see if I can see through the shirt. Alright. I want to do my own thing. Like my arms, my callus on my left hand is so bad, I literally can't grip them. Boom. You up, down, come up, engage those lower lats, pull in an arrow motion, not like this, not too close, just like this, right? That's how you flex your lower back, so you can see if you got a Christmas tree or not. Or, just to flex your lower back in general. And then, also tighten up your lower back. You should know how to do that. I can't really explain that part, but, you gotta tighten your lower back, so let's go. Flare lats. Come down, pull up, or if you don't want to do it that way, you can flare lats, come down, come up, pull, open up as much as you can, stick that. It is one. Another thing I like to do when I'm trying to pose, if I put one of my legs back, either the right or left, right, and I dig it into the ground, that really helps me make my lower back pop when I'm flexing. Okay, so go like this, same motion, push it to the ground. Boom. But yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Chat telling me there's one more thing I forgot to do. How do I hit lats and I forget to do any lat poses? So we're just about to do a couple of lat poses real quick. How are they looking? You gotta really get lat control, y'all. Once you gain lat control, it'll be way easier when flexing your back. It will be way easier when training back because you will actually know how to control and engage your lats the correct way. I'm telling y'all. But, all right, this is the last time I'm really ending the video. W workout, I'll see y'all in the next one.